exhilaration. I mean, just, you know, the completion of a dream. You know, you always see something that looks like it might be difficult, and it is difficult while you're building. But, you know, when that day comes, the day when we all said rap, you know, we had a Juve scene and we rap outside in the road and everybody just went crazy, and it's that feeling. But to actually see it be premiered at the film festival, find a distributor, and actually reach to Times Square to premiere was a great feeling. And not only to sit in the audience with some of the people who went to see the film is really great. And it lets you know that, you know, if you really want something difficult, you have to work hard. A film is not just producing a song. You know, we had to produce about 15 to 20 songs and 15 to 20 segments of music for the film, and everybody had to do their part. It was a lot of pieces, but, you know, actually seeing it come together is a great feeling. Proud.
Yes, proud is the word I would use. Yeah.
Proud of Trinidad and Tobago, especially.
I want to talk about that a little more too, but naturally, Sri Lankan heritage, London, Trinidad and Tobago. What was the feeling, the vibration like in Trinidad and Tobago for you?
So right from the beginning, when I came in, I was just embraced. I was allowed to like make so many friends, and it's been an amazing process right from the beginning. When I first read the script and I saw that it was about this Trinidadian Indian woman who gets to explore and tell her story, I was just like, I want this gig, I really want it. I went into the audition, I was like, please God, make it happen, make it happen. You know, and you're that excited because you don't see different things up there, you don't see different diverse stories up on the mainstream cinema. So I was privileged to be part of this entire thing. And like you said earlier on, when we saw the film in New York and we saw that people are interested and just want to be part of this story, I think for me it was a shock because it was just a small little indie film. That's how it began. And to kind of be taken to Times Square and end up in mainstream cinema is a massive achievement. I think that everyone involved, the director, Todd Kessler, Ansel McCain, and Claire, the writer, I think they would be extremely proud.
And I think it's a beautiful thing to be able to tap into an idea that anybody can associate with. It resonates with them.
Exactly.
Yes.
But I'm wondering, in terms of the collaboration or the collaborative aspect, Lorraine, talk to me a little bit about that, because you had people from Trinidad and Tobago, you had people from outside. How did that work out?
Actually, it worked out really well. It is a true international film. We had our DP was from Hungary, you know, so we had people really from all over the world, and we worked really well together. I mean, a good film is teamwork. Teamwork is the key to a good film and good story. And I think we have both here. We have a good story, and we had amazing teamwork. The local and international team worked really well together. We learned a lot, as always in these experiences. We learned a lot, and we, you know, like our local people working with the international crew, learned a lot also with the international cast. We were about 80%, 80 to 20, 80% local to 20% foreign. So, you know, a lot of the locals told me afterwards, they said that this was a unique experience because they were treated the same as the international crew. And they said we were the first to do that. So I felt very proud about that.
I think it's always a beautiful thing, because I like to talk about capacity building, because sometimes people bring technology, people bring their knowledge and their know-how, and they use it in a space and then they leave, and people don't necessarily have anything that they can say, okay, well, I'm better for the experience because I can go and do it on my own.
Yeah.
But I think the way you've spoken about it, and other people who we've spoken with before about the film, they've also spoken about it, and I think it's a beautiful thing. But in terms of seeing that beauty and having it represented, Machel, what does it mean to be able to see ourselves and to be able to look on film and say, okay, well, this is us? Because you spoke about it a little bit, that is so important to have this kind of thing go mainstream, but many times you're still talking about second-class citizens of third world nations. What does this film do for that notion?
Well, this film continues to, you know, fuel my story, my life story, because when I started singing Calypso, you know, I found that it wasn't liked by certain groups, young people, certain things, and I went to soca music, and then my whole life became this journey of trying to improve. And I always had this dream in the back of my mind, as Lorraine was talking there just now. I always wanted a music school in Trinidad, the size of QRC, big concrete music school, and I always thought, you know, we need classical music teachers from all around the world who could play violin, piano, but we also need the best pan men like Bugsy and, you know, all these other pan men in there teaching across curriculum. You know, we need the calypsonians who could teach calypso, but then we need the people who could teach pop, and we need them in the same room to sort of intertwine. That was always my dream, and I always still one of my dreams. But in Bazodee, I saw this because Lorraine said we had a DP from Hungary. We brought in cameras from the States, the Alexis cameras, the best. So we wanted an international product. We brought in the best people. But by the second time we had to shoot again, we had the local people shooting. You know, our cameraman who finished off the film was local, and when you see the quality, it is exactly the same. So you know that the growth took place. So for me, this is me seeing my life in action, my purpose being fulfilled. We have now people like Tenille Noalo who starred in the film, releasing and premiering her own film called Cutlass, you know, in this year's film festival. You know, we have everybody moving on to higher heights and doing things, and this film has really impressed me. I didn't really want to impress them. When I walked onto set, the quality and professionalism of our trainees and seeing these people, I didn't see these people in this business before, and I wasn't exposed. It was a really gratifying feeling, and we want to tell our stories on a professional level. So to sit in America or anywhere across the world and see yourself on a professional level is, you know, it's just a fulfillment for sure, you know.
And you want to talk about that vision and that dream in just a bit, because if you press me, we play Too Early for Your Love, and that's all before your voice break and thing.
Too Early for Your Love was shot right where you're standing up. Right there, about what, 20-something years ago.
That's when Shanaka was still Rachel Fortune.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
but
you know it.
Talk to me about moving around the schedule, because it was done carnival time, and some of the challenges that you all had to kind of surmount dealing with that time schedule.
I mean, I don't think that's a question for me. I feel like Machel was run dry.
But that was a joy. For that side of the crew,
yeah, we enjoyed ourselves. We got the perks of the entire job. I've never gone on a job and ended up in fetes and partying on. Do you know what I mean? It just, that doesn't happen in any other job. So it was fun for us, tiring but fun.
Yeah.
But Machel was extremely tired, and I think what was really good for me to learn is professionalism in terms of what you do. The amount of professionalism that he brought to being at every single thing that he had to do musically and everything that he had to do in terms of the film, he really turned up in that way, and I feel like I learned a lot from that, about how to save your energy, about how to turn up and do it, and the minute they say action, he was on.
And people say down here we have a saying that pressure is bust pipe, you know, but I firmly believe that pressure could turn a coal into diamond, you know. Well, I know that. So the thing is, when I was under that pressure, we had to act, come on the set for 5, finish at 4 a.m. You know, sleep for an hour, come on the set at 5 a.m., do makeup, get ready to do your lines. As soon as we finish, do a scene, I would have to drag Natalie into the bus where we had a recording studio set up. We'd have to record, you know, one more time, or record something, or train to sing the song. Then we'd have to run back and do that. But when you're under the lights like that, and they say lights, camera, action, and you seeing 150 people, one with a camera, one with a mic, one with a sound, you don't want to disappoint. You want that pressure to make you elevate and zip up your suit. I say, zip up your suit, youth. No time to complain. Let's go, you know, and let's make this story, because it was an important achievement to accomplish. We had to accomplish this. During the 2015 Like a Boss Carnival, which could have seemed like the worst nightmare, it turned out to be fun.
But that's why I asked Natalie, because I know you are a veteran in the business.
Yeah.
But Lorraine, what does this mean? Because Natalie spoke about professionalism. What does this mean via professionalism and other aspects for film in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, we are saying, I mean, it's a groundbreaking moment for Trinidad and Tobago film, for sure. This is the first Trinidad and Tobago film to have been screened nationwide in the United States on that many screens across the whole of North America. So that's a number one, that's a first. Also, I think the level, and I think this is really important, and this is why we got the distribution, and this is why this happened. Besides the great acting and all that, the cinematography, the professionalism, the film is of international standards. And that's one of the first things that people told me after seeing it at the film festival last year. The cinematography is amazing. This looks international. And of course, it portrays Trinidad and Tobago. It's a visiting card. It's the best tourism tool that you can use. When you see this film, you want to come here to Trinidad and Tobago because it's a happy film. It shows the beauty of the islands. It shows our fantastic culture. In the Juve scene, we brought in Tassa and Chinese dragon and the steel pan, and African, you know, we bring it all in. You know, the theme song, I forget. That song, every time I hear it, I get goosebumps because that is us. That is Trinidad and Tobago. You know, the music in it, the blend of music. I mean, we fell in love, as he says, at the rap party after the Juve scene. And of course, you know, you don't film in sync. So the Juve scene is kind of in the middle of the film, and that was our last scene. And at the end, we just play that I Forget song, and all the cast and crew went crazy. But for days after, they were asking me, weeks after, where we can get a song, where we can get a song.
What song is that, Machel? People in the streets, the way it was touching them. You know, I had a moment in the film, there's a moment there that was not scripted, you know, when I meet the Tassa side, I wouldn't sell it out. But what you see there in that Juve section with me and the Tassa side, it just happened to me, and it just took me over, and I just went and I did it. It was what you call, you know, impromptu, or just, you know, improv.
Many times you see, like, even like a practice session before the actual performance, we see you so intense in a way that many people don't bring to the table. But I'm wondering, what does it mean to actually, I don't know if to call it your brand, your legacy, your work, your vision, to be spread and have it holistic like that? And I say because I see Monk films. And we see that you're pulling in people and collaborating with different people. What does that mean for Trinidad and Tobago? And I say that because you spoke about the wanting to one more wine wasn't the original focus, but you wanted to make money with it. What do you see going forward with that kind of thing?
Well, you know, every time I have an opportunity to do something, I always think about, you know, how it could make other people successful. You're only as successful as the people you make successful. You know, I have some of my juniors like Farmer Nappy, Patrice Roberts, Zan, all these people who come up under me. And, you know, in the film, when we started to do this film, I was like, look, if we're going into this, we have to think about how else could we expand outward. And always, when you have an opportunity, business is important. You don't take it as a one-time opportunity. You know, you're trying to plant a seed that will grow as a tree for other people to benefit or to be successful.